Who loves Charlotte Tilbury? I sure do. Charlotte is my very favorite makeup artist, and I just love her brand. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, makeup brand, and I have quite a lot of it in my collection, and I really think her products are worth the investment because they perform so well. The formulas are so beautiful and easy to work with and long lasting. And one of the things that I really love about Charlotte's artistry, but also her products, other than the beautiful packaging that we're definitely going to talk about, is the ability to create really soft, romantic, glowy looks, which is what I really love for daily wear. Something really glowy and pretty and romantic. I'm totally into that, and I think her products achieve it just beautifully. About a week ago, I did an Instagram post where I ranked all of my Charlotte eyeshadow palettes, and I thought it would be a fun video because this way I can chat about them a little bit. I think I have 12 palettes here to talk about, and I don't dislike any of them, but you know, naturally there are some that I like more than others. There are some that I use more than others, and the one that I really utilize the least is the Dazzling Diamonds Luxury Palette of Pops. This one here. So the pop shades, these are eyeshadow toppers really. They're very glittery and sparkly and glowy. They're pretty sheer. They apply best with a fingertip, in my opinion, or a nice wet flat brush. I'm going to use like Fix Plus to do that. I have used this palette on its own to create looks that were very glowy and, you know, not opaque. You're not going to get opacity out of these shades really, but they are, you know, you can use this palette by itself. It is possible. What I really love about this palette, the pop shades themselves aren't my very favorite. I'm not a huge fan of toppers for the most part, but this palette is so beautiful. I think it's one of the most beautiful palettes as far as the packaging is concerned that she has put out. So you have this kind of trademark or signature burgundy packaging with the rose gold Charlotte Tilbury emblem in the center, and then that gorgeous starburst. Oh, it is so beautiful. The next palette that I have in the lineup is the Instant Look of Love in a palette in Pretty Blushed Beauty. I guess it was this spring that Charlotte released two of these Instant Look of Love palettes. And it's an entire face palette, so you have, obviously I'm holding it upside down, but on the bottom right now are the three eyeshadows, and then you have your face powder, bronzer, blush, and highlight. I have to say, I really like the face products in this palette more than I like the eyeshadows. I have seen other people create stunning looks with this palette, but personally, I don't find it particularly inspirational. I find that for the eyeshadows, I have to build them up quite a bit, which I don't necessarily mind doing that, but they're just not my favorite shades. It's a great palette though, and I have traveled with it, and it's really great for that purpose in particular, to have all of the face products in there as well. And it's really beautiful packaging. The I guess it's more of a gold than a rose gold here, and then you can see the heart shape in the center. So those are the two that I definitely use the least. Next I have the Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette. So this is one of the larger 12 pan palettes, and it is absolutely stunning from the packaging to the shades. This, if you love neutral shadows and a pop of pink, this is the one for you because it will take you from day to night. You can use it every single day. You can really create some beautiful natural looks with this. I'm wearing this palette along with another one that we'll get to today, and while it is extremely versatile and it's very beautiful, I find I really don't reach for this palette very frequently. I think maybe these shades just don't excite me very much, but I forgot to mention that they are organized in trios, so that makes it really easy to create a look if you don't have a lot of time and you just want to come in and put on an eye look. Each trio has a prime shade, an enhance shade, and a smoke shade. But of course, mix them and match them. That's what I normally do. All right, so these next few palettes, I really like them all very much, but I put them in this particular order because this is the way that I tend to utilize them. So the next one I have here is the Cosmic Pearl Luxury Palette of Pearls, which is one of the holiday releases this year, 2021. It is so, so beautiful. I absolutely adore these two deeper shades in this palette. I just adore them. They're perfect. I mean, I think almost any of the shades in this palette could be a one shadow look, one and done sort of thing, which is the case for so many of her quads. And this one is really beautiful, and it has this kind of multi-chrome or duochrome shade here. Well, she does not do that very frequently. There's another palette we're about to talk about that has that as well. So this is kind of a new formula in these palettes of pearls that came out this year. The shadows are great, but what's really outstanding about this palette and the next one is the packaging. It's this mother of pearl finish on the outside and with the gold star pattern. It's exquisite. What can I say? I mean, the packaging here is a huge selling point, but the shadows are gorgeous as well. I've only used that one time so far. Well, I've used it twice. I've used it in by itself, but also in conjunction with this one, which is the Celestial Pearl Luxury Palette of Pearls. I do like this one. I particularly like, again, this kind of deeper shade here in the corner. It's a perfect one shadow look for me. It really enhances my green eyes, which I like. And it has that kind of duochrome shade again. I do find, though, this palette is extremely similar to one of my very favorite Charlotte palettes, so I will always choose the other one that I will show you in just a minute. And again, this one has that gorgeous mother of pearl packaging. Next we have Exaggerize, which is a classic Charlotte quad, and it looks so great on so many people. It is a little bit cooler than a lot of her other quads. That's something that a lot of people ask me about on Instagram, or, you know, sometimes people send me a message. They're like, I don't really like warm tones. It seems like she does a lot of warm tones. What do you suggest? I love warm tones. I bring on the orange. I'm down for that. But this one is very, very nice, and you can create beautiful everyday look. It's perfect for the office. Great formula, as always. And it has the standard quad packaging here. You know, I'm just kind of running through. I'm not doing a full review of these, but I think you can get the main points. Next, I have the Pillow Talk Luxury Palette. Isn't that what it's called? Yes, Luxury Palette. It is another one, classic one. Trying to get it adjusted for you. It is so gorgeous. I love this palette. You can just make the dreamiest, rosiest, most beautiful, prettiest look that you've ever seen. And I just love it, if you can't tell. You know, obviously, it's my personal opinion that it's the best you've ever seen, but for my skin tone, this one is just absolutely perfect. Next we have, I think this one was last year's big holiday palette. It's called Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize, and it is one of these larger 12 pans with the 4 trios. I just love this palette. My favorite trio is the one here. It is so gorgeous. It's like a bronzy, glowy type of look. Perfect all year round. Beautiful, beautiful formulas in this palette. And I just got this a few months ago. It was still out there to purchase. So sometimes these holiday palettes hang around for a while. Let's see. Okay. So we're down to the final 4, and I have to tell you, I love all of these palettes. Pretty much, I mean, it's very difficult for me to rank these top 4 because they're all some of my very favorite palettes in my entire collection. So let's start here. This is the Hollywood Flawless Eye Filter Luxury Palette in Star Aura. It's just so beautiful. Again, with the glowy, shiny, sensational formula here. And it's more of a gelée formula. It's a different formula than the regular luxury palettes. And it is the Celestial Pearl palette of pearls really reminds me of this one, but I prefer the formula of this palette, and I think any of the shades in this palette, perfect one and done. Perfect one and done if you have a similar skin tone to mine. It's gorgeous, and the packaging is so beautiful. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this as far as I'm concerned. I love stars. I love these formulas. Next we have the Queen of Glow Luxury Palette, which is the other palette that I'm wearing today. It is so stunning, and it does have a really nice topper shade in here that I do actually like, and you can create a lot of depth with this palette because it does actually have a nice deep shade here. I'm not one who usually gravitates towards very deep shades, and you can probably tell I love neutrals. So, but this really is my favorite of the Charlotte quads. Down to the top 2. Ooh, this was difficult. This was really difficult. But for my number 2 choice, I chose the Instant Eye palette in Smoky Eyes Are Forever, which is this year's. I feel like it's so Ricky Bobby, like I don't know what to do with my hands. Smoky Eyes Are Forever, which is the 2021 holiday palette. Oh, y'all, it is so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. The formulas in this palette are out of this world. Absolutely spectacular, even by Charlotte standards. I think these are some of the best formulas, hands down, that she's ever put out. The really glowy light colors down here, stunning. But the standout in this palette, in my opinion, is this kind of light purpley, pinky shade. Y'all, it is unbelievably beautiful on the lid. It is much more pigmented than it appears in the palette. It is opaque. It is gleaming. It is stunning. I can't tell you how gorgeous it is. So this palette I highly recommend. I think it suits many skin tones and many different styles. If you like soft glowy looks like me, you got it. I mean, seriously. If you like something deeper and smokier, well, it lives up to its name. And my very favorite Charlotte Tilbury palette has got to be the Charlotte Darling. It's a 6-pan here. It has these gorgeous peach tones, as you can see. It is, you know, it's kind of warm leaning, but it is a very, I mean, you can create so many different day-to-day types of looks with this palette. It's great for traveling. My very favorite shade in this palette, were 2 shades, would be these 2 right here. They are just so pretty. They really bring out my green eyes. And they do pull, these shadows do pull a little bit orange on me, I find. So if you really don't like orangey undertones, this one might not be for you, but if you're into that, it's great. And I didn't mention the packaging of Smoky Eyes Are Forever, but it's my favorite packaging of hers. It's beautiful black, sleek. I'm a sucker for black packaging. Black is like my favorite color. I wear black every day. But the packaging for the Charlotte Darling is nothing to sneeze at. It's got this gorgeous starburst design. It's so pretty. I just love them all so much. I just had a hard time deciding which one was my very favorite, but Charlotte Darling for sure. Y'all, my name's Ambi. I'm a non-binary makeup collector and beauty enthusiast, and hopefully we can hang out some more. You can check me out on Instagram, Face Ambition. Hope to see you soon. Till next time, take it easy.